Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Imagine if you were the CEO of a $3.3 trillion company.
There's trillion-dollar companies?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Apple.
that NVIDIA?
No, it'd be Apple.
Okay.
And you're Tim Cook. And he says he has to get up between 4 and 5 a.m. or else he can't keep track of all the email he gets. How many emails do you think Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, gets per day?
First of all, he should have a person that sits there and reads all his emails and then makes it one email of a synopsis of all the emails.
Or that's what Apple Intelligence does.
Well, let's not get crazy, okay? I'm going to say he gets about, I don't know, a crazy number would be like 3,000 emails a day.
800.
So, yeah, 3,000 would be really crazy. Do you think he gets spam?
Okay. I'm not sure. But I love it when I get an email that says, like, you've won something. Like, have you gotten those lately?
Yes. They're getting smarter. I still don't click on them, but I do a second take on the subject line. Like, are you sure you meant to send this? That one always, I'm like, oh, did I? Wait a minute, that's a phishing scam.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you win a trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the day I get one like, hey, it's exciting. You want a free colonoscopy. It's like, yes!
Bonus.
Wouldn't that be famous? That'd be amazing.
Why are you waiting for the colonoscopy day?
I'm not, that's a whole nother issue.
What do you mean?
I'm not.
You've piqued my interest.
Okay. I have heard too many horror stories from people who've gotten them.
Yeah.
And like my friend Walt, he went and got one. He's like almost paralyzed.
Because of a colonoscopy?
Yeah. And then
Walt.
Then I had another friend. He had one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he used to be a friend. He's not a friend anymore. He had one, and they didn't make sure that everything was cleaned out. And then he almost went septic.
I'm never getting colonoscopy now.
Okay, so just all
of your friends are getting all these tragedies. Thank God you don't like me. I'll be fine.
That's why you need to use Color Guard. Okay, which we're not even going to. I don't know how come we're talking about this.
This is definitely a Friday show right here.
It is. We should be drinking. Okay. Imagine if we were drinking.
Let's try one of those. We should do a drinking podcast.
We should. It'd be like bing, bing, bing.
You'd be jumping up and down on the chair.
Remember when I did that? You looked at me like, what is she doing?
I was on the phone. This was like 15, 20 years ago. I was screening a call, and all of a sudden she came in during a break, and there's a chair across the desk from where I screened, and she just got up and started jumping up and down.
And I said, look, I'm tall.
And you were psychotic. I think it was the one time you had coffee.
Oh, man, I can't have coffee. That is bad. It's bad. Maybe that's my problem today.
Oh, your tea. You're drinking real tea. It's got caffeine in it. It's the same thing.
Whew, now you tell me.
You're bugging, Kim Commando.
All right, so it's Kim Commando Today.
It is.
It is. It's a podcast about things that are tech, right?
Don't we usually say everything digital?
Digital. It was the colonoscopy that kind of threw me there for a minute.
It's everything digital and colonoscopies.
And we're giving away a free iPhone.
Yes.
You want to go to winfromkim.com. No purchase required.
So
winfromkim.com.
On Wednesday, I said we were 1,800 people away from 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And then you said, we are? And you said it with such vigor, you made me question myself.
Yes.
But it is accurate. We're now only 1,700 people away from 100,000. So if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're just listening, if you're listening to the podcast, go over to YouTube, kimcommando.com. No, it's youtube.com/kimcommando. youtube.com/KimCommando and subscribe. You'll know when we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the Kim Commando Today podcast. We're back to posting shorts. We had a little bit of a break there because we didn't have anybody making them. Now we do. Giovanna's on the case, and you'll get a notification when that happens.
And she's crushing it.
She is.
Yeah.
The views are ridiculous.
Yeah, like million.
Yeah, a million on one, 100,000 on another, on every single platform. Instagram. You have 600 followers on TikTok, and you have multiple videos over 100,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
because she's doing a great job.
It's because I'm just so lovely and talented.
So why wouldn't they follow then?
Ooh, ouch. What are you talking about today?
Intel.
Yes.
They're in trouble.
Intel Inside?
It's layers of trouble for Intel.
I know. You know, they got delisted from the NASDAQ.
Thanks. Spoiler. I guess you asked me to tease the story and then just tell it. Why don't you tell everything else?
I didn't know you were going to talk about that part of it.
It's all part of it.
Okay. Well, forget. I didn't say that. You know, I just don't know anything. I'm just a beautiful blonde.
Yeah. I'm an informed Kim Commando.
I just don't do anything. Mm-mm. All right. So this is big news. You know, we had an election this past week.
We did? Mm-hmm. What was that, on Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Oh.
Wednesday morning. You know, that
do those on Tuesday.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
That's a little redundant. To have security in there twice?
Well, it's a federal thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. It's a Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
6 words.
Well, 5, because infrastructure's...
Okay, fine.
Okay. They came out this past week and said, we did such a great job.
Okay. That doesn't sound like a government agency at all patting themselves on the back.
We had no successful hacks during the election. Yes.
That's actually pretty good.
Yes.
I mean, we were scared about it. We were worried about it.
Yeah, we had like Russia all over social media. Yeah. The Chinese trying to hack everybody's phones, but no hacks with the, what is that again? The Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Association of the Council. If anybody is listening in the federal government and you are looking for somebody to be in charge of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
You don't want that job.
No.
That sounds horrible.
How long do you think I'd lasted that job?
An hour?
I'd be like, boom, boom, boom. You people, like, you want to take like 5 days to write a report? No.
Just have ChatGPT do it.
Everything's all done.
Can I do another election story? We're not political. We don't get political. But I find it very interesting.
Yes.
On Election Day, Super Tuesday, do you know one of the highest searched election-related phrases was on that day?
Kim Commando?
No.
What?
But I'm glad you're thinking of yourself. Did Joe Biden drop out of the race?
No.
Yes.
You're kidding.
So people went to the ballot and they're like, well, who am I going to vote? You know, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. We're going to go ahead and keep them in office. Joe Biden, nope. Where's his name? And they stood there and Googled, did Joe Biden... Talk about an uninformed electorate.
You know, I was from a middle class family.
Yeah. Was he? So no. I thought that was quite interesting.
That is interesting.
People don't pay attention.
Poor Kamala. They're like, where's Joe?
Yeah. We wanted to vote for Joe. Did he leave?
Where's Joe? Oh my gosh, that is so bad.
That's wild.
That is wild. There's a new website that popped up called VoteRef.
Okay.
VOTE-REF. You know, in many states, it's public information if you voted. But you have to maybe file a request or get a fee or whatever it may be. Anyway, this new website allows anyone to look up your name, your address, your age, your party affiliation, and whether or not you voted.
But just whether, not who you voted for.
Right, but it's all
just
there.
Whether you know or not you voted. Because that's been public information forever.
Exactly.
Now it's just easier to access.
Yes. You go to one site. Oh, look.
You know people are going to throw that in the face. Like two people going back having a political discussion. Well, you didn't even vote, Todd.
I thought I did.
I did. I did it in a different county. That's why you can't find it.
I voted for Joe. Let's see. This is interesting. So if you wanted to go sell something at Walmart,
okay,
or sell something to Walmart, whatever it may be, is that you would deal with a contract negotiator.
All right.
Okay. And that contract negotiator would try to get you down in price, and and then give you certain terms, and that contract negotiation could take a couple weeks.
Okay. That doesn't seem too bad.
So, but now they're using AI. And so the AI bots are doing all the contract negotiations with vendors and suppliers.
So is this Walmart's eliminating paying the middleman by using AI to negotiate everything?
Yes.
Okay.
And so when they finally get to a point where the negotiation is done, that's when a human gets involved. Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's emotionless, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, but I guess with Walmart, it's like Walmart's not going to say, well, we'll take your price because we really want your Pop-Tarts. Walmart's pretty emotionless as is.
Yes.
But you totally take all of the emotion out when it comes to dealing with AI.
And you know what they say about contracts?
What do they say about contracts, Kim Commando?
What the big print giveth, the small print taketh away.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a joke.
Oh.
It's just one of your expressions.
Oh. I liked it. You
I
didn't
know.
like it?
It's a good presentation as well.
Do you use Microsoft Paint? No?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I use the old one. I like the old one. So if I want to crop a picture real quick,
Yeah.
I actually will pull up Paint because I know how to do it really quick. So yeah, I do use them.
How about
Paint.
Notepad?
No, don't use Notepad. Don't use Notepad.
Okay, Microsoft sent out this whole big press release the other day, and I'm like, oh, this is fabulous. This is great. Notepad is now going to have AI baked into it.
Right. That's awesome.
To rephrase sentences, adjust the tone, and tweak the content.
What's next? AI is going to be baked into Minesweeper?
Okay, almost. In Microsoft Paint, it's going to get AI.
Wait, is it going to be like Adobe Photoshop AI, like fill and all that stuff?
You can add an image with a prompt.
That's actually cool.
You can have a new erase tool that will erase parts of a picture.
For Paint, which is like a simple editing product, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. It's like putting high-octane gas in a Mini Cooper. I mean,
I guess, or just pouring it on a tricycle.
okay. It's like, I still can't believe that AI is baked into Notepad. I mean, couldn't you just see that? Like, you work for Microsoft, and, you're like, okay, I'm in charge of Notepad that nobody uses.
Right.
Okay.
That's a very, very, very lonely wing of the Microsoft building.
But we're going to put AI in it.
We're going to be relevant again, I promise.
Well, I don't know how to do this. I hate to do sad stories, but it is a sad story.
What?
Elwood. Yes. Well, here, let's run the video first.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on the show, Elwood. Now, to prove that it's really you, can you say the classic "You've Got Mail" line?
Welcome. You've got mail.
I know that voice.
Okay,
That's what the president...
He died.
The You Got Mail guy died?
Yeah, he died. He was a staple at TV Ohio station where he was working as a computer whiz and a graphic designer and a camera operator.
And then how did he become a voiceover guy?
In 1989, he recorded a couple of lines. You've got mail, and welcome and goodbye. And he got $200 for that voiceover work.
Oh my gosh, what a ripoff.
That's all he got.
These companies are horrible.
Yep, and he also did Files Done.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that one. Files Done. It was really a beat.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Welcome. You've got rigor mortis.
Ow! That was not... Oh, I am sorry. Anybody who's listening for that.
Too soon.
The guy just died yesterday.
Am I turning red?
Oh, ouch. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, well, I was thinking, like, what would it be today, like, instead of you got mail?
Right.
Like, you've got spam.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a scam waiting for you to click on, grandmother. Hope you didn't want your savings.
Files Done. It's Kim Commando today, and we would love to get your questions. And, I think we're going to start taking a few calls here once in a while.
Live calls? Like on the air live calls?
Yeah, I think we should.
Sweet.
I mean, I think it'd be fun.
Why not?
So if you want to be part of the fun, is that you've got to let us know that you want to be part of the fun.
Right.
Okay. And so to do that, you go over to commando.com, and then up at the top of the page, there's a link that says Ask Kim.
Right.
Ask Kim. And then I'm Kim. That's where you can ask.
Following so far.
Okay. And I read every single note that gets sent to me through the website. So, and people want to like DM me all over social, leave comments all over.
Which is how a lot of people contact each other, so it's not crazy.
Yeah, but I can't keep track of everything like that. So this is the best place. You go to commando.com, Komando, commando.com, and then there's a link at the top that says Ask Kim.
Easy enough.
Done. All right. Intel.
Yeah. So have you ever been sitting at your computer? Now, you're a Mac user now.
Yeah, thank
But
God.
before, when you had a PC,
yes,
and you got a blue screen of death, and they're like, God, son of a friggin', I wish I could sue somebody. Well, there's a man that's doing that. He's suing Intel for false advertising.
Why? Because Windows it crashed?
Well, their last processor, the 13th and 14th generation of their processor, they knew, according to this lawsuit, they knew that it was defective. They knew
pushed it out anyway?
When they sent it out, but then they marketed it as the best processor for streaming and for video games.
Okay.
So there's a lot of customers. I mean, there's a lot. There's so many subreddits about this. There's even gaming companies like Fortnite and games that use the Unreal Engine, that when you start up the game and it detects that you have these processors, it gives you a prompt that says, click here, so we can give you a step-by-step way to manipulate your computer so this will actually work. Because if you don't, it's going to freeze and it's going to crash. That's how bad it is.
That's bad.
So there's this class action lawsuit that was started by one guy, and it's now just getting bigger and bigger and bigger because they're saying they're falsely marketing. They knew these weren't going to fail. They knew these were going to work. But instead of wasting the money and taking them off the shelves, they still continued to sell them and market them this way. And it's bad for Intel. Like you said at the top of the show, they were just taken off of the Dow Index and replaced by NVIDIA.
Right.
And it's getting so bad at Intel that they brought back free coffee because the morale is so low for all of the employees there.
They didn't have free coffee?
This is a point of contention that I've had for a long time. So, locally here, we have local TV stations, and Fox 10 is here in the Val.
Correct.
And my radio station, 99.9 KZ, I co-host the morning show.
On one station.
Why can't I just have the plug? Why can't you just let me get it out?
Because you say that like, oh, I'm on KZ.
I wasn't I was just trying to get a little attention.
Like I'm supposed to like really like, oh, I should just bow down to you.
I mean, if you want to listen, you can download the free iHeartRadio app. It's free.
It's all Christmas all the time.
Yes, we flip to Christmas music.
Oh my gosh.
So we have a relationship with Fox 10, and when they come over, they are all giddy to go to our break room because we have free coffee and free snacks.
Okay, they don't have free coffee at Fox 10?
That's what I'm screaming about. How do you not have free coffee? How does not every office in America?
Well, you know what? It's to the benefit of the employer to offer the free coffee because it jacks people up and makes them work faster.
That's the whole thought, right? That's why it was started and offered for free in the first place. But it's also a nice little benefit that probably costs you, I don't know, a couple $100 a week.
Yeah.
If that. For smaller companies, even less. But they took it away at Intel. And now they're bringing it back because the morale is so low. Then I read another
Do they charge for toilet paper too?
I read another story that basically asked the question, is Intel too big to fail? Is Intel on the verge of falling apart? And they're so big the government's going to have to say, I mean, how many government contracts do they have?
Tons.
It's got to be billions.
Yes.
So are they too big to fail?
I don't think anybody's too big to fail.
Okay.
I think they probably get acquired. I mean, for, pennies on the dollar.
Right.
Maybe from somebody like AMD.
Right. Well, but AMD would just be essentially buying equipment and the brand?
Government contracts.
Okay.
And then also displacing Intel in those contracts. I mean, I don't have any knowledge of this on the inside.
But this has been going on for about 8 months now.
So, Craig, if you are listening, Craig Barrett is the former chairman of Intel, Craig. You can come down to the studios anytime.
You going to interview him for a job?
Okay. You know what's so funny is he did come down for an interview. And and I was sitting at my
job interview?
No. Just interview.
For you to interview him.
Yes,
okay.
I was interviewing.
I was like, I was joking around.
No, Craig's going to work here. What the hell is he going to do? So he came down so gal at the front desk says, Mr. Barrett's here for you for your interview. So, and so I go to meet him downstairs, and I look at him. He has what they did is they made him sign the non-disclosure and put on a name tag, and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's like the former CEO of Intel.
Calm down.
I don't think he's in. I don't think we have to worry about it.
He's not going to steal trade secrets from Commando.com.
Okay, I have a great joke.
Is this an Intel joke?
Well, it's a kind of a computer joke.
All right.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. Locked in.
This is one you're going to want to tell people.
Okay.
Well, I actually have two. Do you want to hear? I have one that I think is kind of funny and one that I don't think is funny at all.
Let's go with the one that you don't think is funny at all. Why would you even write it down?
Well, because I was in a hurry.
Okay, let's hear the not funny at all first. I'll give you a genuine reaction.
Okay. Why did the Windows user put their computer in the blender?
I don't know. Why?
They wanted to make a soft reboot.
Genuine reaction. Nothing.
You are holding back.
I'm not holding anything back.
I can see you're holding back.
I'm not.
You are.
I honestly don't even understand it.
See, I knew you'd laugh.
Why would a computer be put in a blender, make a soft reboot?
Like a smoothie.
Okay. Next one.
All right. Oh, this one's bad too.
Oh no.
So it's really bad. I was in a hurry. I was.
It's okay. You know what? I gave you genuine reaction on the first one. I'll help you out with this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then maybe we can edit it so it sounds really good.
What do you call a Windows laptop that can sing?
I don't know. What do you call a Windows laptop that can sing?
Adele.
See, I like that one. That's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, not funny, but it's cute.
What do you mean?
You're not even laughing. And no one laughs at your jokes more than you.
I'm hilarious.
See? Case in point.
We are so glad that you're joining us for Kim Commando today, because otherwise it would just be, me telling my jokes to me and just laughing alone with me. And not
your bell bottoms.
You know what? They are groovy.
I like them.
Do you remember that guy said that I wasn't groovy?
Yeah, he did call you out for not being groovy. This case in point. You are.
I'm so groovy.
So groovy.
Okay, I like these pants.
You're like velvet head to toe.
That's why. Would you call this a smoking jacket?
I did. It looks like a smoking jacket.
Well, no, this shirt's silk.
Okay.
And these aren't. Well, I guess these are a little velvety.
They look velvet, even if they might not be. They look it.
Yeah. And then the velvet jacket.
Super groovy.
I am so groovy. Yeah, so that guy, he wrote me, he said I wasn't groovy.
He's wrong.
I'm so groovy.
You went and spent hundreds of dollars to prove that comment wrong. Congratulations. Or you just found that in the back of your closet that you bought years ago and never wore.
How did you know? See, that's the thing. I've been the same size my entire life.
Well, that's good.
Oh, no, it's good.
Yeah.
But sometimes I pull things out and I'm like, oh, yeah, let me dust those off.
It still have a price tag on it?
Yeah, some of them do, yeah, as a matter of fact. All right, so I did this in the newsletter that you don't get, but almost 550,000 people do.
I'm trying to be number 1 million. I'm holding out.
And if you're not already getting the newsletter, you're just missing out.
You are.
I mean,
you're like me.
That's why he is where he is, and he's only on one station. If he got the newsletter, he'd be smarter.
You think so?
And you'd be on more stations.
Let me see if that's going to work. It won't. Continue.
I was trying to that was a good ploy, though, right?
Sure. I liked it.
Yes. You want to sign up over at getkim.com. Getkim.com. So we put together this list about things that you shouldn't post online.
Okay.
Like, for example, you never want to go online and say, my husband died, because then you become a target.
But that's like the number one thing people put online.
I know, but it's bad. Rosalie Douglas, she started talking about being a widow on Facebook, other places, and then when she signed up for a dating profile, she said widow.
Yeah, well, you would.
Okay, so 2 different scammers got a hold of her. And then she lost almost $500,000.
Okay, but the two aren't correlated, right?
Yes, it is.
It's not, because you can go online and say, oh my gosh, my heart is filled with sorrow. My husband passed away. and then not be stupid and don't fall for the scam. I'm not trying to be mean.
You're mean.
Don't fall for the scams.
You're mean to Elwood's family, too.
That was all so uncalled for. You're absolutely right.
So what you don't want to do is say, like, you're a widower or widow in your dating profile.
Okay.
Because that just is just like honey.
Opens the door.
Yes. Tiffany, she posted we actually had her on the show,
Okay.
I think. She went online on Facebook, and she's like, oh, we're so excited. We're going on a Carnival cruise. And she put it up there, and then...
Got robbed.
No. They took the cruise. They took her ticket.
Yeah. They stole the cruise from her.
Yes, exactly.
Because they called up, faked as if they were her, and stole the cruise from her.
Yes. They don't want to do that. A woman on TikTok by the name of Sam said that a shady brand stole her face and used it to promote their own products.
Well, there's nothing she did wrong. All she did was post her face.
That's the problem.
I mean, you can't, if you're going to be on social media, it's hard to avoid posting your face, your likeness.
Guy in South Carolina listed a limited edition PlayStation. The buyer he met with pulled out a gun, stole the PlayStation and the man's phone, wallet, and watch.
That's why you always meet in public places. I sell a lot of stuff online. I always meet at like a Walgreens or a grocery store because these are places that are going to be populated at all times of the day.
Yeah, and they always have things behind those little plastic boxes. Have you noticed that anytime you go into Walgreens, you're like, where's the aspirin? And
they're like, behind lock and key?
Yeah, it's all behind lock and key. And I'm like, aspirin?
I did underarm deodorant. They
Did
locked
you?
up underarm deodorant.
Really?
Yeah. And then the lady opens the thing, and I go to reach. She's like, just tell me which one you want. What do you think I'm going to do?
Steal it?
Grab the underarm deodorant and freaking run out the store?
I guess people do.
She had to carry it up to the register so I could check out.
Underarm? Was it like jumbo size?
No, just regular. Just the clear stuff.
The clear stuff?
Yeah.
Wasn't like, Old Spice. Yeah, you smell like Old Spice.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I use Gillette.
Oh.
And I've been using it for so long, I've pH balanced my body to only work with this brand. Because I tried to switch, because I was like, oh, I like the smell of this one. I don't remember what it was, but I like the smell of it. And the next day I smelled like BO. Because it didn't work with my body. I have to stay with Gillette.
Do you?
And it's under lock and key at all Walgreens. There's armed guards standing around the underarm deodorant.
I got off the Peloton last night, and I stunk. Have you ever done that? Yeah. It's like, you're like, whoa.
And if you, then in my mind, I'm like, if I stink to me.
Oh, it's got to be nasty.
Everyone else, they won't be able to come within 10 feet of me.
Well, when I got off the Peloton, I thought Abby farted.
But it was just yourself. Yes. You're trying to blame the dog and your own BO?
I'm like looking around like, oh, God, Abby, what'd you eat? And then I'm like, oh, no, that's me.
That's Abby's running around like, what are you talking about? Smell you. You smell rough.
So, this is not the Kim Commando Show.
No.
People stop me all the time.
It happened 3 times during this podcast. Just random strangers off the street came in and stopped you.
And they said, hey, is this a show?
Is this the Kim Commando Show?
And I say, no. The show is a big show.
Right.
How many stations are you on again?
Just one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. God, you hate me.
I don't hate you.
I know, but I could tell. You're looking at me like going,
I mean, I'm going to talk a lot of crap about you on my drive home, but I don't hate you.
No. Just that one.
Just the one.
And it's a lot of Christmas music.
Right now, yeah, we flipped to Christmas music.
It seems early for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It's like I don't know.
It was the day after the election. At least 50% of people wanted to listen to Christmas music instead of the results.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were there.
So the show is like callers. It's more serious.
Yeah.
We cover a lot of different topics. And it's actually 4 hours. I don't know if you know that.
I do know that.
It's 4 hours. And so you can get that as a podcast.
So you don't talk about colonoscopies on the Kim Commando Show?
I have.
But in a much serious tone?
Well, on the Kim Commando Show, we might go to somebody who's actually getting a colonoscopy.
And live? I have a question about my iPhone.
What's that smell? All right. What do you got?
You got to sell a fight for me.
Okay.
Tattoo artists are fighting amongst the community.
Do you have a tattoo?
I don't. Every time I'm so indecisive. Every time I decide I want to get a tattoo, and then I come up with a design, and I'm like, this is it. And then like an hour later, I'm like, that's stupid. I hate it. And then I come up with another one, and I do it again and again.
I'm glad you wait, because otherwise you'd have all these stupid tattoos all over you.
Exactly. So tattoo artists are fighting. It's a big fight in the tattoo community. I want to see which side you side with.
Okay.
There's the traditional tattoo artists where they go and you say, this is what I want. You describe a design, or you show them like a rough draft, and then they come up with a design for your tattoo, and then they ink it on you.
Okay.
And then there's the other group who you go to them and you give them your idea for a tattoo, and they go and put a prompt in AI, and they have AI generate an image of the tattoo, and then you say, yes, that looks great, and you get it inked on.
Okay.
The traditional tattoo artists say the other tattoo artists are cheating. It's like playing sports on steroids.
What?
Because AI is so good right now.
Oh,
especially with the images.
Well, yeah, but if I'm going to get a tattoo on my body,
right?
I want it to be like great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want like some little guy or gal like doing like a etch-a-sketch on my arm.
But it's not about the performance, right? I mean, that's all. The tattoo artists and their skill level is all different. It's the design side of it. And the traditional tattoo artists are saying you should not be able to use AI. You should be able to, it is an art form, and you should have to create the art organically. And they hate the fact they're losing business to some tattoo artist who's good mechanically, but artistically, and using AI to make the images. Is it cheating?
It's my body. Like I said, I want to have like the most beautiful image that I can.
So you're saying it's not that it's cheating, it's what the consumer wants, obviously,
yes. I mean,
because the AI people are stealing business.
I mean, you've seen tattoos,
mm-hmm.
and, sometimes you look at it and you're like, ooh, what is that? But you can't really say it.
A lot of times.
Last time I was in Hawaii, I was like, I don't know, probably at Fry's or something like that, and this woman was in front of me, and she must have been probably like 80.
Okay.
But you could tell, like, she spent her whole life in the sun. And so now I'm standing behind her, and she had her hair in a ponytail, and on the back of her neck, at some point it said "Surfer Girl."
Okay.
But today's tattoo on her was like, it
was all wrinkled and mangled.
Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm going like, what did that say?
You can't get that touched up.
No, that's just not. So if you could get a tattoo, what would you get?
I want my kids' names.
Okay. So why is that such a big deal?
Because I don't just want, first of all, calm down. It's a tattoo. It's not something you should just go willy-nilly and do.
See, and that's the problem with tattoos. You get one, you get two, you get three.
That's funny you say that. We did a segment on my one radio show of something that you never thought you'd do, but you did and loved. And this 90-year-old woman calls up, and she's like, I went and got a tattoo. And we were like, oh, that's so cool. What was it of? It was like a rose or something that represented her mom. And we're like, oh, would you ever do it again? She's like, I already have 7 more. And she was 90.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
But I want a unique representation of my kids' names. I want the font and the design to represent who they are as my kids. That's why I'm struggling, because everything I come up with, I don't like.
Yeah.
They all look stupid.
I was thinking about getting a tattoo of myself on me.
Yeah, that checks.
But taller.
Mm-hmm. But taller. Like real life.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.